So we're back in Violet for the latest series, or the latest episode, shall we say. And we're going to start with eggs. Right, we only did one set of eggs last time. And you can see our shinies are piling up. Like, the only thing I want to change is actually move these lower down, because they're the scarlet ones. And there are violet ones. So we're going to go to the eggs and get some Meowth eggs first, I think. Right, there is my Slugma, which will make this a little bit easier. And we will go to this one, and here are some eggs. Well, it's actually a Macago, isn't it? Not a Slugma. Is this one of those occasions where you've sort of gone on Twitch and whatever's been playing at the top when like featured people, and because you sort of had Twitch open, it's decided that you're watching their stream, and then suddenly you get a random sub to it? Because I know what that's like. Like, that's where I got my weird little frog friend. Let's see, is it here somewhere? Or have I been deleted off this list by now? Let's just keep moving and moving, otherwise we won't get very far. So where is it? Was it this person? No. No. It wasn't that one. Maybe it's finished. Oh, here it is. It's whoever this guy is. They have this frog. Anything good for lunch today? Like, I know I've said before, this is not the most interesting area to do. This is why I don't like Masuda hunting, because it is slow. So the idea is only to do one box at a time, and that should make it a little bit smoother, I feel. So I know what this shiny does look like, at least. I've had them in Pokemon Go, but I can't catch them in this game, so we're going to have to do it this way. Because I only did like a shorter session last time, I didn't get to do the second batch of eggs. So yeah, we've got to do this. Very nice. Proper meals at last. That's the good thing. And you can come and watch us make sandwiches in a minute when we go for our proper shiny hunting. As you can see, we're up to 14 shinies so far, which is pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. It's still a bit more behind. Distance yourself from what? And I did see that the Marvel Rivals stream went really well yesterday, which was good. So maybe you could do some more Marvel Rivals in the future. Which might be quite fun if, as I said, like, as soon as you get that one episode or one session where there's like a lot of people, it suddenly feels worth it. If that makes sense. And so when you work through a game that suddenly is different, and like was probably like the biggest self-made audience I will say you've had, all the rest sort of have been a raid here, a raid there maybe, and like everybody was popping off with all the emotes and everything, which was nice. And that's the thing, once you find a smaller community that want to support you, you'll get backed all the way to the affiliate. But the other thing is, apparently they may be scrapping affiliate anyway, from what I've been hearing and reading and listening to. And you can automatically, not yet, not definitely happening, but you'll be automatically able to set up subscriptions and bits and stuff. So you getting rid of it, sort of thing. So you can, even if you made a brand new account tomorrow, you would be able to theoretically set up subscriptions and bits from day one. Now, I don't know how true this is, how much, like, no one really knows how it's going to work, but there's been a few bits and bobs coming out about this. So getting to the affiliate won't be as important, because it won't be something that's needed, because they say Twitch needs to make money somehow. And even if somebody has 10 followers and 2 people subscribe, they're going to make some money off them. So I don't know how true this all is and how much they're going to put in. And that's why it sort of frustrated the people that have been going for it for a long time. But then you also got to flip it the other side, where you've earned the followers, especially in your case, you've earned the followers to be there. You've put the time in to be there. The only thing that stopped you hitting it is the concurrent viewers watching you at the same time. So theoretically, you've done enough to hit the base, like 3/4 of it anyway. So that's the other way you can look at it. But they also want to bring in more sponsorship opportunities that are a bit more like what we've seen. So yeah. So it's just a way that they're apparently trying to make a little bit more money back, because Twitch isn't doing well financially, apparently. Now, I saw somewhere that it said that 18 million channels had gone live or something, and not even 2 million of them were affiliate or higher. So it tells you just how many people are just trying but not getting anywhere. So Twitch can't make money off 16 odd million people. So even if it, as I say, 2 people subscribe to you at that level, that's still $5 to them. So, and $5 to you. So it's sort of something that they've been looking at. Again, it's not definitely happening. It says that's what they want to do, but they just want to try and do something a bit more to help the smaller creators get a bit more noticed. But I think if you had the same sort of stream you had yesterday, and you did that a couple more times, you may just click that number, because you were up to like 9-10 viewers for, was it hour, 2 hours you were on? So if you did that for a couple more days, your average viewership will go right up. And even if you have to go a bit longer, and as soon as you hit it, you don't have to consistently play the games that get you the extra views as well, which is the other positive thing about it. So if you did 2 hours with 10, that you just think how much that's going to boost you. I don't know what the average one's at now for you, but that's the one that's the big target. Like, it was quite funny, because my race to get to the affiliate, it was going up slightly each day, and the followers were just hitting the 50 at the time. I was on like 2.8, 2.9. So it can be done like suddenly out of nowhere, just everything clicks together. And it's like, it's nice that you put a timetable in Discord. The only other thing you might be able to do, I don't know if you've done it yet, is put a stream schedule on your channel page. But I know sometimes it jumps around a bit. I don't know if people ever look at them, but somebody might go, oh, what time's Kim going to play Marvel Rivals tonight or today? And they can go on there and see you've penciled in 6 till 8. So they'll know, and it should bounce to their time. And that's the thing, that's the key for what you've done. Like, that one little extra good one is all you need really to boost you. Like, it's helped me in the past. Like, a couple of random good ones like popped off. Well, you yeah, sort of. It still depends what name you're going to go on when you're on chat as well, like, or on stream. Are you going to be calling yourself Titanium, or are you still going to use Kim or TG7? Or that's one thing you just got to make sure you communicate with everyone that knows you. Because, like, to most of us, you're just going to still be Kim. But when people come in, are they going to call you? I know, but are they going to, like, when you do a conversation with, if you do like an, are you changing your Fortnite name to it as well, and stuff like that? So like when you play on Fortnite, is it going to say Kim, or is it going to say Titanium? They're the little things that you have to just remember. But because you're going to be having your rebrand just on the day that you should be able to hit that affiliate level, it's perfect timing. It's worse if you did it like at, like, if you know what I mean. Like, if you do it too early or too late, suddenly everyone will think, "Who's this? Why am I following this account?" Because they won't remember who you are, sort of thing. I don't know if you've done a TikTok for it, because while I have TikTok, I kind of hate TikTok. I'm not gonna lie. Um, but you could, I don't know if you did your reveal as like the opening to the TikTok and like rebranded your TikTok as well. Because as it's a brand new TikTok account, it works perfectly, and your YouTube and all that. But even that little snippet you put off the logo reveal, that could be a TikTok, because it's a start, and it's sort of like it's the first TikTok, and you could almost call it the branding. Or the thing is, you won't get many views on it because unless you hit the right hashtags and stuff. That's the one thing that's gonna, like, you see my videos on there, like they may hit like, I think the best is like 600. That's the thing. Like, because we were doing that sponsored game, I changed my Facebook name because I didn't want my real name out there for the game as such, and I can't change my Facebook name back, which is quite funny. That is now like, that's my Facebook page. That's why I haven't really ever put my Twitter name to anything, because Twitter is in my real name and my basically my movie review stuff. Why can't you be a brighter pink colour, please? I haven't even looked at the map today to see what else is out there, which is interesting because, well, the outbreaks will make it easy. I know a couple I want to go for, and I really want to get to 18 today, if we can. So that's kind of good. Because we all know I'm going back to Sword tomorrow and I'm going to struggle. I have had issues with Facebook when it comes to, I have a page for the website, and it was going through a stage where it was just blocking my posts on the page, and I don't know why. It said it was misleading, and all they were release news or movie reviews. There was nothing in there, no propaganda or anything. It just refused them, and I kept appealing but never heard back. But I don't really. If I could get rid of it, I would. Yeah, Facebook's a very complicated one to actually understand for people who have their own. Because I'm guessing you try to set up the account as the gaming account rather than your personal account, and the way around it would have been to set up a personal account and make a page on the gaming account through your person, because you have to have a profile, I believe, to make a page, and that's what you wanted. But I haven't done that for this at all. Like, I still want to build a proper logo symbol with a few different Pokemon in it, probably dog Pokemon, but maybe Phalanx. I'm not quite sure yet. But at the moment, any money being made is going to pay for the website first, because that needs to be renewed soon. So any ad money from the website and anything made of this is going towards that first, and then into this, because the website's about £250 a year to keep up. And I can't remember if it's pounds or dollars. It might be dollars, so it's a bit cheaper if it's dollars. But I have to hit £60 of Google Ads before I get money, or $60, and I think you need to hit $50 on this. Yeah, that's a strange one though, because you still can promote your stuff on your personal page, but I don't even have a picture of me on mine. I refuse to do it. I deleted most of it, as I said. No, it's not a problem. Egg hatching is boring. I hate egg hatching so much. The point of streaming is to chat and almost do a bit of a talky sort of show while playing a bit of a game on the side, depending on the game you're playing. That's the thing that you've got to remember. If I'm only playing the game and not paying attention to chat, then that's not fair on the people watching who want to talk about something. Let's be honest, that's probably true. It doesn't help that my problem is I haven't really got my setup perfect, so I need to put these a bit more diagonal. I removed my... The other, like, minor way around it would be, while it's very frustrating, is to set up a viewer Twitch account as well. That is a shorter name. That's when you're in chats, it will be something easier, or what you feel will be easier for people to read. Like, after someone's seen you twice, like, how often do people in the chats you go to, how many times did they call you Kim Bolton? They didn't, they just called you by the first bit. So you got to remember that once people who you meet who are new, they'll probably just call you Titanium. Like, one of the best examples is, look at Dell's channel. It's like Dell's Gaming HQ, isn't it? Now he's called. So it's no different to what you've got. It's just the Titanium's a bit longer. The first time they'll call you it, but if they ask you what do you want to be called and you say Kim, suddenly it goes down to the short name. It's like, how many people do you see when I'm in like Dan's or KBD's chat? Do you see them call me Voices Lock when they're talking to me? And stuff like that. Like, I can't make it Voices because somebody's already got it. I don't want to put numbers in it for my own reasons. And so, yeah, and it was meant for Nuzlocking as well. So it was not just shiny hunting. It was to do Voices Nuzlocks. So instead of having the Nuz, I'll just put the lock in. I don't think he shouted at me yet, even when I did try to scare him. But that's the little things, like you'll get used to it when you are reading chats. Like some people have easy names, but if Dan came into your chat, you wouldn't call him Dan Makes Games, would you? You would just call him Dan. You don't call her Karen Scottish Cassie, you just call her Karen, don't you? So it's sort of, you get used to, and the thing is, the more that you have the regulars, the more you sort of learn what you're going to be calling them. Yeah, he does seem to be more friendly as well, because he's also very good at scheduling. So I like streamers that are a lot more scheduled with their times. And he's playing the games that I would have probably played, but never had the time to. I even said that to him like the other day, like Days Gone is a game I would have loved to have played, and I used to love watching Let's Plays, but and the thing was, because Let's Plays have sort of died out unless you're like the best. I never really got to watch one, but it's quite good to be on the interactive side of a Let's Play. Where's this? Okay. So we didn't get a shiny Meow. Of course we didn't. Because my shiny luck is dreadful. Okay. Let's just right, I was making sure I had actually pressed record. Who else started playing Pokemon now? Who's copying the trends that I'm setting up? Toxel, not dark type. I forgot. I went online and it's really annoying because there's an event on, and the events take up so much space, and I hate them so much. I can't switch them off. It's annoying me, but I am eyeing up that Bombardier one because it's a horrible one to do. Um, I wanted a couple of easy ones, but I can't really say no to a Bombardier Outbreak because it's a difficult one. We want to go here today, like along the back here for NK. That's probably something we're going to do. See, I've got like all the Lapras and Porygons, so they're going to be easy to get, the shinies, but they're not dark types, so they're not much good. So I'm going to go here to start with. Do this horrible Bombardier one. Fair enough. Do you know which game they were playing? Or there is quite a lot of people that play different eras of Pokemon. Like, it's just one of those franchises that has a big drawing audience. That's always gonna. I want one of these shiny, but it's not this time. We'll get back to you, my friend. Anyway, let's make our sandwich. I'm gonna stick to a dark sandwich because I fear that if I do flying, I'll get Gyarados. Actually, you know what? We'll do flying, so I don't mind if we get Gyarados. Flying is pistachio, apparently. And this can be salty as any of the others, so we'll use spicy. As I say, I sometimes look at the category to see who else is playing, and there are a lot of people that are still doing some of the older games, like the classic games, because the there's a lot of challenge on speed runs or like the ROM hacks of them. Like even I loaded up a brand new save for Radical Red, which there is sort of an attempt that I would play that on stream, but the problem is it's a keyboard game. My keyboard is very close to my microphone, so I don't really want all of the button bashing. I know it comes through a bit when we're doing Legends Arceus, but it shouldn't be as bad in this game because we're not doing much battling. We're just moving around quite a lot of the time. I also need to put probably Golduck at the top because Breloom can't swim. Is that or Charizard? Geronimo! Fly, my Maridon. Oh no, the loots. I'll be honest, I'm not really sure if it was a good idea to do loot yet or not. It was just, I know it always sort of gets talked about, but I feel it'll be a lot more better when we get a tiny bit bigger. So the problem with this is it's a very, very difficult shiny to see. So I don't like Bombardier. But when you have outbreaks, it's really hard to not go, you know what, we're going to take it on. Because I think it's like a slightly different colour, but I'm not sure. Oh yes. It's always helpful to make sure it's the same as the Twitch name, isn't it? That one looks dark, I'm not going to lie. But it could be the lighting. Okay, it was lighting. You know what, we can beat anything that comes. Actually, you might not be able to beat everything. I've got rubbish moves on this for a reason, haven't I? I forgot that I just kept this as quite a weak Pokemon just for battling. It's there just to stop things self-destructing on themselves. Someone is singing Katy Perry. It isn't me. I promise. That's not a part of me. Way. Where have you gone? Oh, there you are. I still maintain I would love it if you could have more than one Pokemon go out and do the flying around. It would make it a lot easier. The last time we were in the pub we were singing Christmas carols. And last time I did karaoke I fell off the stage. It was quite fun, except for my ankles. They didn't like me that much in the morning or weeks after. One of them still doesn't like me. That one definitely looked different. No? Okay. Yeah, I used to sing along with stuff a bit more, but I stopped over the years because I don't really have a good way to listen to music anymore. I used to have the old school Windows media player. You might have an Eevee from, I don't know where from. Just one Eevee though. I still need a shiny Eevee for our Umbreon. Fair enough. You're collecting the Pokemon too. Are you playing Go again? Oh, if we don't get one here, I've got to do this again, which I don't like this thinking. And what I might do is actually go to Kitakami if we don't get this. So the frustrating part of this is I can't picnic reset here. Yeah. But funnily enough, this is where I got my Finizen by literally jumping off the cliff and fell straight into it. Okay, so it's only going down. I will say that this is one of the most forgettable Pokemon in Paldea. Even though it's part of the Titan storyline, it does absolutely nothing else. It's not the best flying type, it's not the most interesting flying type. Murkrow and Honchkrow are generally more interesting. It's just one of those that is here and not really doing much to the game. But this is the sort of hunt where somebody's going to turn around and say you went straight past a shiny. So I keep seeing like less of the black wings on all of them, thinking that's a shiny one, and then it's like, no, that's black wings. Which is going to be the problem. I've said it's always, this is one of the hunts I dreaded. I really dreaded this one, but I can't say no when there's an outbreak, really. If there's an outbreak, my odds are better, my chances are better, and my shiny will appear, I hope. But to me, I'm pretty sure this is a terrible shiny. Let's have a very, very quick look at what this looks like shiny. Bear. I can't even remember how you spell it. Bombardier. I think that's the same one that's run into me. Like, what are you telling me? This shiny is exactly the same. Where is Cerebi? We'll go to the old reliable and see what Cerebi shows. So the bill is slightly lighter and the feet are slightly lighter. That's what I've got to work with. That's going to be fun to hunt. And the problem is the lighting's really bad because that looks lighter than what it should be. But we know it's not shiny because Golduck goes and attacks it. So that's going to be fun. Nope, 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 you're not shiny, I know that for a fact. Not many left, so we're now in our best odds. Which doesn't really help, because as we say, it's one of the hardest shinies to see. But as I said, what we might do is go over to Kitakami, because we should still be able to isolate this in the desert. Okay, slow Golbat. No, I can't use confusion on a dark type. Alright, let's carry on. Because if this is the only thing that turns up, actually there'll be Volby there as well, which isn't terrible. Because, well, it wouldn't matter what we do, because they're dark and flying too. Let's see. Feet. What to stare at feet to catch this shiny. That sounds fun. We always knew it would come back to this. The thing is, we have done most of this outbreak in about the 10 minutes that we've had. I probably could just fly around the outside, but I might get a few more of these kilowatt trills, which I don't really need to see. Because well, kilowatt trill's just an electric type. We'll try this. Might as well see what damage we can do. If it knocks it out, it's perfect. But if it doesn't, we'll move on. Try a different move next time. Now, as we saw last time, we got our third shiny in Legends Arceus, which was really good. Well, we got the Hisuian Quillfish. Only one of them, but so far we've now got 3 in Legends Arceus, which has helped with some of the numbers. Didn't get the more challenging couple, a Spiritomb or what was the other one? Spiritomb or Oshawott. That one there. What do your feet look like? Okay, they're normal feet and you're attacking me. Yeah, we might as well just knock out the irrelevant ones and see what else happens. Wait, it survived that? That's very interesting. That's how weak Aquajet is. A level 100 gold duck cannot knock out a level 40. Wow. As I said, this is not a pretty one to hunt for. What about that one? No? Nope. What about a 41? Can you knock out a 41? Okay, you can. So you're not totally useless. What else is here? What's that? I thought that was my Charizard. I was like, what's the Charizard doing here? Okay, we have actually finished this outbreak, which is a little bit annoying. So, as I say, we'll probably go over here now. Like, we've got a flying sandwich on, and there is 2 flying dark types that spawn here, which provide 3. There's always going to be the way, isn't it? Like, people are always got to remember change, just being something they've got to deal with. At least they're a bit easier to see the feats here. You're going to be annoying, aren't you, Volbeat? Because we've tried hunting for you in the past as well. I know it should be more of a reddish shell, I believe. Or it's a darker shell, I can't remember. One of the two. I only really can hunt you if you show me your feet. What about your feet? Are your feet wonky? This is going to be a good out of context one. The only negative thing with here is I have 2 of the other outbreaks here. Why didn't you want to attack that one? It's not shiny. And that one. We would need 2 Volbees if we did get them, because they evolve. Of course. Why aren't you doing your job? You're meant to be attacking these things. I want to get a bit further out from in here, to be honest. It's a bit too closed in for my liking. It wasn't my best idea to start with two of the hardest shiny. I wanted the easy ones to start today. If I'm being perfectly honest, we're just going to get rid of this static spawn. See what else we have. Nope, 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 go away. About 3 of them attack me at once. Yeah, so this normal one has like a red. The fully evolved one, no, the shiny one should be more like a green or a yellow. We're playing the colourblind card here. It's one or the other. And it will be its bill and its feet that colour. That's the only thing that changes. The body is still the same white and black markings. Just why this is actually quite a hard one to do. The Volpe is not as bad. I've seen the shiny but never had a shiny. That's more red. It's even worse when they're flying, isn't it? And there's one chasing me. Yeah, they're all chasing me. They all look the same. And you're the same. And you're the same. Okay, let's leave this area and get some more spawns. Stop flying away, because I can't look up. It would be funny if I ended up getting the Volpe over the Bombardier that I was looking for. Well, as we said, we're not too worried if we get the Bombardier, the Volpe. Is that just a location issue? I think so, yes. Oh wow, I did not realise you had been knocked out completely. I'd like to point out that this is a level 100 that is struggling in these battles. Yes, it's quad weak to flying. Probably the reason. It's not the best one to use. But it will just be sending it to sleep, so once it go night-night, we're okay. What else have we got? I'm hoping we can get one. I really thought we would get one here in the other one, but I completely forgot just how difficult it is to see. And where did you come from, sir? I was busy looking at that one over there, but it is red, so we'll move on. What are you? You are annoying me. Yeah, you're red. Or brown, maybe. I don't know. As we always say, colourblind shiny hunter makes up colourblind colours for the shinies to make it easier for themselves. That's definitely dark colour. They both look like a dark colour. That's not a problem. That's actually a trainer. I thought that was what we were looking for. I saw light colours, but nope. It's a trainer with light trousers. What else is here? Come on. That one looked... No, it is like a reddy colour, isn't it? This one. Same again. Ah, that's my Pokemon. Why do I get scared by my own Pokemons? How long is left on this sandwich? Oh, good 10 minutes of going crazy. So on the other side of this, the plus side of just playing Legends Arceus is you're always kind of doing something. Well, on here you're quite often more dodging stuff, but over staring at things. Welcome back. We still have not found our shiny, sadly. They're all a bit too similar colour. And I've probably gone past a Volt Beak because they're Wallaby, they're quite small. So if they're small, they're harder to see, aren't they? If you're not shiny, you've got a red bill. So have you. Okay. You're a Jangmo. What are you doing here? That looks lighter, but it is pretty red, I think. Yes, I wasn't crazy. I am seeing the right colours, and not the colours I want. Nope. That might actually be the right one. Just come down to the ground level, please. Nope. Oh. Note to self, don't hunt Bombardier. May not do flying types next. Now, I've already excluded flying from my next type, I think. I may try and do my Nuzlocke with the non-used typings as well. As I say, I've got so many things I want to do, but I don't know if I've got enough time to do them. That's the key factor with this, right? Time management is key. Is that because it is shiny? You know, just because you're stupid. Maybe that's why my Pokemon doesn't like me. I'm calling it stupid too often. To relink, as in for stream loops and stream elements and all of that stuff. And that is the problem with a full rebrand. That's obviously going to be the problem. But then if that's what you want to be called as, it's worth it in the long run. This is about my 4th attempt at a Twitter name, a Twitch name even. At one stage I actually set an account up to try and do a movie-like talk show on here. Which never really happened. Well, it shouldn't take too long, I hope. But as I said, it's worth it at the end because that's what you want your account to be known as. So the struggle is worth it in the end. How many have we got now? Are we up to 132? Oh no, I've gone too close to the uplands. That one. Nope. I keep forgetting I need to heal as well. And there's a Volby attacking me. Oh, there's another Bombardier. That's going to probably attack me as soon as we finish. Avoid the apples, unless there's one that's shiny. No, I don't want to hunt for things I don't need. Let's get that into my head. Concentrate on what's missing. This Bombardier, basically. And the other thing that's going to be a tiny bit of a problem is Wallaby is not going to be easy to isolate here because of the Bombardiers. So yeah, that's a thing I've got to look into as well. I think we'll get that in the Blueberry Academy if we go there. Oop, there's a lot here, and they all look like they've got red bills. And they're all going to attack me at once. Pesky little sort of seagull stalk things. They act like seagulls, but they're actually stalks. But we've already said this is not the best thing to pick first. As I said, next I'm probably looking at Inkay. I saw the shiny in someone else's video, and it's a nice easy one to see. I've been sort of wanting to do that one for a while. The only thing I can't do on stream is the full-blown evolution because of the silly mechanics that they made for it. Now, because you need to turn your console upside down to evolve it. Don't ask me why, but it was released in the handheld era, so it sort of makes sense. But if you want to play it on your TV or something, you can't evolve it. And no, oh, that one definitely looked further away than it was. What's that one? I'm only getting attacked so much because I need to take that little extra time to look at them. That's the thing that's frustrating. Which I should learn not to take too much time with the inspections, but the colour change is so subtle it's difficult to keep on top of. Like this one does look the same, yes. That one definitely looks red, green, whatever it is. Dark colour. Dark. Dark, and caught me. Oh no. I can't really believe it. A bit like yesterday, the time seems to be flying. I don't even realise it. It definitely doesn't feel like we've been going for an hour now. It really doesn't. How long do we have left? Still have 3 minutes on this sandwich, so part of me wishes there was a little alarm that went off when your sandwich expired. I think that would be quite nice. A little addition to the game. But again, this is for my benefit to get things easier, so it does feel a bit like cheating anyway. Yes, as I said, I'm definitely going to go for some of the easier ones next. If I keep doing all the difficult ones, I'm going to end up with nothing. Aren't I? Let's be honest. And that's the last thing we want, is a 0 day in the easier game, shall we say. When we play this, we expect a minimum of 2 shinies a day for this challenge anyway. I don't mind for other things, but for this challenge it's kind of essential that we get 2 in this game, because we know that Sword and Shield is a lot more difficult, and that's proven a lot recently. Legends Arceus is... we're running out of things to get in Legends Arceus, which is the more interesting thing, like, due to the fact that we seem to be getting one of each evolution line, and that is not great. I know there are a few I can get in this game, which is why we're not rushing for everything. But it's always worth peeking at a few of them, isn't it? Let's be honest. Like this twilight sort of lighting is not nice for this. No worries. Have a good rest of your day. And I'll see you somewhere tonight probably. You'll be in someone's stream. Or your own. I definitely can't play Marvel Rivals though. I've been studying what my laptop can handle. And that was one that 100% said no. But it did say I could play Minecraft, which shocked me. But I don't have Minecraft on my laptop. Have we got dodging these down? Nope. Nope. Ooh, that one there. No. That was some lighting hitting it again. Which is my luck, really. The lighting really is screwing with me. So where else can we... Okay, we are stuck now where we're getting constantly attacked by these storks. They want their babies back, but they're not having them. I know I've got a lot of eggs, but you're not having them back. Right, we have actually finished the sandwich, so we can leave. So as I said, I'm going to go to try and get Inkay. That there wasn't any other spawns of dark types in my outbreaks again. Sadly, I looked yesterday and I think I had 3 different types show up, which is a little bit frustrating on the day I wasn't doing this game. I was mainly playing to do some farming on the herber because I was running low on salty, and there was a really good series of ones we did. So we ended up getting quite a lot done. This is also one where I won't need to be doing attacking, because they just float and I can just fly around them. So that's also good. Picnic, please. Too close. Okay. I'm going to stick to the dark type. I want to try and stick to the ones that use any of the herb and not just one type. And I don't think there's another one that appears in the water. I will probably find that out the hard way. But I'm pretty confident it has nothing else. So we want smoked fillet, salty, and as we said, it doesn't really matter about the other one other than not bitter. I'm tempted to find out what bitter makes, I'm not gonna lie, just because it might be interesting. But let's go and see what this one makes. Yeah, I did make, I thought, didn't I make this one last time? But no, it was pistachio we made. We decided it would be a little bit easier to go for this type. I don't think quillfish actually appear on this map. They are only in the polar, or yeah, polar? The snow one. I think it's called the polar biome. I can't remember. It must be. If it's snow, what else would it be called? So I don't want to take all of my potential encounters away. That's the thing. So we go out to sea, and basically they're orange, the bottoms. Or I think it's an orange. It's definitely not the natural colour. So it's quite easy to see, like that's sort of like a bluey colour. And the dream scenario would be to catch 2. So I could have this line done. And as I said, we'll evolve it between. Because, well, there's no easy way of doing it while you're docked as a console. Leo, what are you doing here? I want to get to a slightly tighter area, so there's a little bit less to explore. But we'll just work our way over to it, which I believe is like this little canyon here. Um, I saw the Shiny Hunter expert PM7 do this one, so I thought I would give it a go. So let's see if we can have some luck today. First sandwich was a bit of a bust, so that was not great. But we keep going, as always. The more you keep plugging away, the more you get rewarded, right? That's how this game works. It rewards you for dedication. The other reason why I want this is because I need a Kalos Pokemon for Bingo. And Inkay is one of the very few that is from Kalos that I still need. For this challenge anyway. Like, I've tried a bit of Pangoro, which has been a bit challenging. We had a load of Panchams, but we did not get the luck we needed on it, so again, it's a sword encounter, so it's always going to be a little bit tougher. I'm not overly worried, it will happen eventually. But for this one, it's kind of feels like it would be good if we could get this quite early. And the good thing is they're not very aggro. They just sort of float around and you can dodge them. And if you can dodge them, you can survive and find more. Because you don't keep getting attacked like we were for the Bombardiers. I've only got to go a little bit slower here and there just to be sure that we're letting everything spawn. That's the main reason. Not because I'm overly cautious or anything. I know what colour we're looking for. You're not what we're looking for. I don't think you're springtime, so I don't care. If you were springtime, I would be interested in seeing where you go. But I think this little tight corridor is probably going to be the best way to search. If we're honest. It seems to work quite nicely. We get quite a lot of spawns. And we got a bit more when we were by the rocks at the end, but the thing is, it's still just trying to find the perfect locations for most of these hunts is always going to be the more challenging part for me. Yes, I know there are guides, but we like to try and do it our crazy difficult way, because why the hell not? Should we just have a look around this area a bit more? See whether there's anything out here. Like this island might have a few on actually. Because they tend to be a bit close. Well, I say close to the island, but they're just floating in the middle. But it's the only dark type that we're going to see, isn't it? So we know where they sort of tend to spawn nearer the water. So this island is not perfect for it. Okay. That's a Milcery. I didn't even realise I was staring at it. What is that? Don't need Milcery. That's not a dark type, it's a fairy. We're not doing fairies yet. Fairies is one that's very complicated because of the amount of legendaries there are. It's the main reason why we've gone for dark types, because there's only 2 shiny huntable legendaries. We should really say that because, well, there are a few others, but a lot of them are more mythical, the dark types. It is a bit strange. That one looks so much darker. I don't know why. And I know it's not the colour we're looking for because it's meant to be like an orange. I wanted us to see hello. Yeah, I was right. I was just wondering why it was so much darker. Thank you for the follow, Daniel. Now, welcome into our hunt for every shiny type, or shiny dark type, in the month of March. How are you today? We haven't got any today so far. I don't really do much trading for any of the Pokemon. Because I kind of want to have all of the shinies in my trainer ID if possible. That's the thing, like, it's part of my challenge is to have them all with one of my IDs. But what one are you trying to find a home for? We are on the hunt for an NK, or preferably 2 NKs at the moment, so we can get this line complete. And we've done quite well at completing the lines in this game, or Paldea at least. Not so much in Scarlet and Violet, but in Paldea we've done okay. Yeah, I know I don't have the Poochyena, but I have the Mightyena, and Nuzleaf still needs the second, but we didn't really have much time to hunt for either of them. When we were doing that, we were hunting something else first, and just decided to look at a place where there are a lot of dark types. But at least I know what I'm looking for here. And I wanted one that stood out a little bit more. Because, well, we tried Bombardier and it didn't like us that much. The shiny is quite terrible for Bombardier, if we're honest. And again, it's one of those more forgettable Pokemon that doesn't really do much in the world of Pokemon, to be honest. It's a dark flying type in a genre where there is already some good dark flying types that are better, if we're honest. Hunchcrow especially. You've also got Mandibuzz. Maybe not as good Mandibuzz, but probably has some potential if you did do some battling with it. But the Hunchcrow has the best sort of abilities to be a very dominant. What are you doing here? You're just sinking, are you? So let's see if we can find this before our sandwich runs out. We still got plenty of time. We've probably done less than 10 minutes on this hunt, if we're honest with ourselves. So, where are you, little orange squid thing? Orange squid thing. Where are you? And we did just go dark, so there's not, it doesn't clash with anything else, which is good. Compared to, well, I don't think Psychic does either. Like, they're both pretty good typings to play around with. At least if I've got the dark type in other than the psychic type. There are other things we can go for afterwards. For this challenge anyway, like, if we remember, we don't want too many of the same. But at least if we've got a dark sandwich on, we can just zip off somewhere where there's dark types. We put psychic on. I don't think there are any more dark psychic types to get. So this is why we went with this outcome. But again, this is kind of the struggle with shiny hunting. You're going to have good days and you're going to have bad days. And so far today has not been a good day. Now, I don't want to go too close to that wall, I don't think. Because that's when we'll see the Assyrian quillfish. And I sort of said I don't really want to do the quillfish because I've got Legends Arceus I want to play more. And it'll be when we do it at the end if things haven't gone well. In there we can just quickly jump over that wall and have a look. But I don't need to hunt for it in this game really. It seems a bit of a waste. Because then we're cutting down our Legends Arceus again. Now, we will evolve it in this game. No doubt about it. Definitely be evolving it in this game. But otherwise, we're not going to do anything with it in this game so far. So as we can see, Inkay does tend to spawn everywhere. Which is kind of nice. As long as we're in the ocean. And as it's a really easy to see shiny, we don't need to worry too much about battling, which is kind of important, I feel. They all sort of follow you as well, which is nice, so we're not dealing with aggressive things. But we're going to head back this way and go past Slowpoke Beach. And hope we don't see a Slowpoke, because we have been hunting that Slowpoke for months now. Like, we did, what, 3 sandwiches on it? And didn't get a single one. So yeah, that's kind of my theory. Just to avoid it a bit. I didn't see one, so that's good. If I do just walk past a Grimer that's shiny, it's, oh well, we've done Grimer. We don't really need another one. And Muck, we got all of those. They were actually our first 2 shinies for this whole challenge. Mainly because it was an outbreak, but we actually found them after the outbreak. And we got both, which is quite interesting. Considering I'd hunted the Grimer in my last challenge and got 2 Mucks. This time we actually got the Grimers we needed. So that will help for the living decks. As always, we will have the channel point redemption shinies available for people if they want to claim shinies, but they're only ever going to be spare Pokemon, and it will only be trading in the game I am playing currently. So each game will have a box and you can pick from that box, but it's quite an expensive channel point one. I was tempted to do it as sort of a gifted sub reward too, but decided not to, because I'm not sure if you're allowed to. The main reason why we didn't do it, because people could start saying that they didn't get what they wanted. It's different if I did a special one where I can do the spare Rayquazas for like 10 gifted or something. But you are technically selling it, so that's sort of a bit more questionable, isn't it, for the TOS? We don't want to break them yet. We'll probably do something silly in the future and do that, knowing our luck. But we want our shiny little squid friend. Which is a nice addition, I would say, to our team. If we could get one. But at the moment, it seems to be playing hard to get. And how long have we done? Well, we've done over half the sandwich. And not seen one. I was hoping to get both done in this sandwich. I know it's a bit greedy. That one there looks different, or is that just lighting? That is our shiny Inkhead. Boom. What a great time to say we hadn't found a shiny. But now you can see why I said it's quite an easy one to see. I did notice it, so there is that. We weren't completely blind. Stay asleep and you can get in this luxury ball and find a new comfortable home. Thank you for the raid, Lord, and the follow. We've just actually found a shiny, which has been fantastic. What have you been playing today? So that actually puts us on 15, and we are looking for one more for this type. And it is our nice little orange squid thing. Inkay. Yeah, so what have you been playing today? I know that Dell recommended you to me in the past. And I don't know if that means it's supercard or simulator games. Slash. Oh, Fortnite, okay. Hi Dell, how's it going today? We actually finally got our first shiny of the day, which has been great. We're up to 15 now, which technically means I need to change the title. We'll change the on-screen stuff. But yeah, I think we're going well with our challenge. We have been working quite hard on the other games, shall we say. Thank you, thank you. I'm trying to do this. Does this work? No? Okay. That didn't work. Me trying to learn how to do everything on Twitch at the same time. There we go. And there's a shout out to our friend for raiding us. Thank you again. Which games have you played in the past? I personally kind of prefer the newer ones because I like seeing everything in more of a 3D map. Just makes it a lot more fun for me. And I saw you were heading off, so actually no, I misread that. But as we said, like, our challenge is to just get as many of the different dark types this month. It's been up and down, shall we say. These games especially are pretty nice for it. You can see plenty, like, I believe you can technically only see 15 on the screen at once. But at least you can see them all, rather than having to just run around in the grass and hope you bump into one. Which is what the problem in the other game has been. Because we're also playing Legends Arceus, which has been good because it's the same as this, but with shiny noise. And elsewhere we have been playing Sword and Shield, which doesn't have the shiny noise, which makes it a lot more difficult. to say the least. So what I'm hoping is we can get a second one of these. I don't have to do too many more water hunts, because the water hunts are a bit more difficult because you can't, well, I can't use the one I want to use for attacking. I can send out my Golduck, but it's not much help for this. Like, I don't need to knock these out. It's when you do like the more difficult ones to see that I need to be able to knock stuff out. Because being colourblind makes shiny hunting very difficult at times, but when you have a nice shiny like we've just had, it's not too bad. And the overall proper goal is to get a living shiny form dex. Big goal, there's like 1,000 and something. I can't remember the total anymore. Different shiny forms to get. That includes a few gender differences, a slightly different form differences and stuff like that, which is going to take a long time, which is why we went for the longer, more difficult challenge, and I felt that would be more entertaining than just the basic one, because if we do just the basic one, we run out in, at my pace, 5 years time. No, but it may be but with this, it's good. We will be hunting some of the same types, which is fine. We will find some of the same ones. We already have a duplicate just in the challenge, let alone that we won't need for our shiny living decks. But the other side of that is I am doing something where I'm building I have a box in each game where people can spend channel points to claim one of the shinies. Thank you for the follow, and hopefully we'll see you in here in the future. We tend to stream about the same sort of time each day. But at the end of the day, I kind of want to give back to people if they are enjoying watching, so there is the channel point redemption to claim one of the spare shinies per game, whatever we're playing. It'll be on the game we're playing only. So that is the good thing with it, right? For me anyway, that's how I look at it. Like, there's going to be good and bad. Like, at the end of the day, I've got some duplicates already, not even for the challenge because I don't need them. But I want to try and get all 71 catchable ones this month, which I know I won't do, but I kind of just like doing these as a challenge rather than I'm going to shiny hunt today, this is what I'm going to get. I can't focus when I do it that way, and when I do it this way I seem to get a bit more direction in where I want to go with my shiny hunts. I sort of treat each month as like a series that I'm recording anyway, and if people want to come and enjoy the journey, they can. If they don't, never mind. I don't know if you're still here, Del, but I ended up having to get a refund on the Grand Mall Simulator. I went to load it on the second day and it just wouldn't load, which was a bit sad. But it was quite interesting. As we've said before, my laptop is not very good for playing PC games, so I don't really have many, like anything with graphics, it feels like it just wants to blow up. So yeah, that was a problem. But at least Steam are good, they let you buy the game, play it for 2 hours and then refund you if it doesn't work, which is better than what I'm used to seeing. I should have done that with one of the Switch games I got that didn't work, because I know that you like your simulators too, and well, I tried some on the Switch but they just didn't work. But there's a lot of very cheap knockoffs on the consoles at the moment, I've seen some for the PlayStation people were playing as well. And that's like PS5 level knockoffs. I can understand PS4, but PS5 doing knockoffs feels a bit lazy on them to let them in the shop. But can we get one more shiny Inkay before our sandwich runs out? And we'll go for something else. See, I don't mind skipping things for the second one because there are some things that are only going to have one in their evolution line. So once we get it, we can just move on. Like, part of me wants to go for this Litten. So we can get the Incineroar, which we've also tried hunting for before and also did not get. It was quite a frustrating run, to be honest. But it happens, as I say. Like, our last proper shiny hunting series was 100 sandwiches in this game to see how many shinies you get, and we got to, I believe, 79, which was pretty good. Not as good as I would liked it to be, considering sandwiches are pretty much broken, but it was worth a try, so we went with it, to be honest. And I feel like it went pretty well, but the second half of it just seemed to really run out of shinies for us. Like, when we were on 50, we were nearer to 47, 48, and then the second half it just all dropped off. Didn't get for anything. Didn't even go for anything truly difficult. We just carried on spinning our wheel and seeing what we got, but nothing really came our way, to say the least. So yeah, we, as we said, didn't have the best of luck with that one. But we come back, we return for more challenges, and as I say, I work through the different games on this challenge, so we're not sticking to just one anymore. And we do have the very frustrating factor that I still need to go back to Scarlet for one more Pokemon from Area Zero, which will be a session at the end of the month, I think, because I don't really want to spend too much time hunting for it. But the problem is, when we go for it, it's the last one, so I will only be doing things I can get in this copy of the game, and if I can get it in this copy of the game, I'd rather use this one because I have the shiny charm. So there was that for a hiccup for me. I'm not completely sure which one we're going to go for next. As I say, Litten's a good option, and I like to split the maps up a little bit more, so not always on the same one. But you never know with this, sometimes you have to just go with the maps that are in front of you. But we also said that we didn't actually have any outbreaks other than that Bombardier one, which was quite disastrous, to say the least. And I don't have the DLC on Scarlet either, so I can't do this one in Scarlet. Okay, it's not in the base game, right? No, I don't think it's in the base game. I've kind of forgotten. That means the sandwich is finished, yes. Not great, but we got one. That's the key factor for our challenge. We can actually change the title now properly. I try not to do too much when I can change the main one, but not this one. So, where we go? We need to go to the proper box. We have all these eggs because we've got to hatch a couple of shinies. That's the only way to get them. So this is actually our current selection of shinies for this challenge on this game. It has a mark, just an uncommon mark, not really too much. So you can see we've got Grimer Muck, Iron Jugulus, Mighty Yen, Nuzleaf or Peko, Inkay, Dino, Zwelos, High Dragon, Brute Bonnet, and Tyranitar, which leaves this as well as the repeat, sadly. And I might keep the repeat because it has a mark on it, but the other one will go into the trade pile eventually. So there's that. Right. This is the thing that attacks me. This. Of all of the things that come after me, it's a little love disc. Right. We were going to go for Litten, I think. What was that? It doesn't help, as I said, that there's a lot of raids or an outbreak event on. So a lot of the things are just spawning everywhere, and it's a bit horrible in this game. But I can't switch them off because they're on all month. So as soon as one finishes, the next one starts. But we're going to make one of the most boring sandwiches I think made by any human in a video game, and that is a fire type special shiny one, because we said before we want Litten. The only bad thing about doing Litten is actually a Houndour is a good backup one. Sometimes when you do the separate typings, you should always double check a backup, so that when you catch the one you want, you can just move on to the next thing. And I had to make sure there was another fire type, which there was, so that's good. So you get a 4-leaf basil sandwich, because this is the best I can do. And I nearly missed one of the leaves as well. But Litten is a cute little fella. Like, we know we've been trying for this, as I said, a couple of times, but we've not had the luck we need for it. So today could be the day. You never know. We could turn everything around. And fire, fire, fire. So encounter and title. So basically the Litten is white. So that is a white kitten, if we can catch it. As we said, we picked fire because it's a little bit easier to isolate. Well, actually, the Litten is only the fire type. The evolution is the dark type. That's why we had to go for this. Now I found the rock area up here is slightly easier to see more, because they are quite little and it's quite a dark rock, so it should highlight a big white cat quite easily. Whether it does is a different thing. And I also don't like flying around because, well, it is hard to land in this game. I think that's the best way to describe it. It is very hard to land. Can we see it? How far away do we... The only bad thing with this is the normal ones blend in quite a lot. Which is why I like this little area here. Because if I wanted to do a picnic reset, I've got full view of everything. So as you can see, I've got a full circle. The amount I've seen in this game means I should have seen one shiny by now. That's the frustrating thing about it. There is very little reason why I have never seen a shiny. Just bad luck, I guess. That's probably the main reason. But I know my luck will change eventually. And we'll get the white cat. Now, I also don't really like doing picnic resets. I want to see whether we can find a slightly better area. As I said, I don't like using that grassy patch because they tend to just be a little bit too much inside the grass. Where's that area I like? Is this a good area? Probably should have done a bit more research before getting too far away from my known area of good luck. Okay, so they do still turn up here. And if I could just go up and down this bit, I'll be a little bit happier. But I'm only seeing 1 or 2 spawn. We'll stick with it. We'll go back down, see how many turn up. Like, you could get lucky, I guess. But I feel like there's an even better place. I always lose it unless there's something happening on it. It's not there. It is. It's got to be this way a bit more. It's where I always tend to have my mini or outbreaks. There's like one bit of like rock that always helps. So I don't like flying, so I fly. Because we know my flying type is not a good idea. Okay, so we may just reluctantly go around the grass. Here, I think we can just about do it all. The other good thing is they're quite high level, so it'll be easy to get the incineroar. We're just going to check up here one more time. Thought that was shiny, but it was just an item. But as I say, it's been very surprising that we haven't ever got one with the amount we've encountered in the past. Like, we've worked quite hard on searching for these, but not always found them. Now, if we go right back to the last challenge, we were doing Sobble and we got all of our Sobbles in one outbreak. It was ridiculous, all 3 in one outbreak. But Lytton, including the ones I've done off the challenge, this will probably be about the 5th to 6th, maybe 7th time I've tried for a shiny Lytton and never got anywhere near one. But I guess the positive thing is I can do a little bit of manipulation with the center area if I can find a good place to see them. So like here seems to be pretty good, but the grass area, as I said, is a bit too long for this challenge. That's why I don't always like the grass, but I believe if I could do this, a bit further in. No, it's not. Okay, wrong type of one then. It's not a manipulation area, sadly. It's just not what I want, not ideal. But I guess we can still look around here. What's that? What are you doing here? You're not a fire type. But at least it'll stick out, right? It's a white cat. How could I not see a white cat? That's the key factor for this. Can we please have one white cat? You know, we're just going to take you out too. I'm hoping that's just a one-off static that goes away. Could be wrong. We'll find out on the next loop. So my theory is that that loop should reset most of the spawns. If it does, it's good. If it doesn't, it's never mind. But yeah. And as we said, the backup for this one is Houndour. So I want to say when we get one, we can go and look at the Houndours. So I'm not going to go right round that main area this time. Doesn't seem to do enough. We get enough respawns by doing it along this like length and sort of do like the whole thing. I'm hoping it works well. If it doesn't, we'll have to do this one another time. We may do a batch of Sprigatito eggs next. It just depends how things are going. As I said, I would have loved to have got 4 shinies today. But we're currently set on just 1. It's a little bit disappointing to say the least. But again, we are sometimes a bit greedy, and if I don't get the extra one here, it means I should get it in sword, right? That's how it works. We get the luck the other way. But that is wishful thinking, I think. I don't think I can get that lucky. And as we said, we seem to have not got one in a while from all of my hunting here. But we will update the checklist and see what else is a good one to go for. I know I've mentioned I should be doing 2 batches of eggs a video or a session, and we skipped one already in the last one, so we really need to get some eggs done as well for this. Problem is, as I say, the egg hunting is really slow. It's not that enjoyable. I feel like if I find a nice little spot here, there could be good sandwich reset, picnic reset potential. I would like to think. Because we're getting quite a lot of sort of hordes over here, which is nice to see. We like it when we get the hordes. They will make it easier, I guess. But whether they're what we need is a different question. But if I was to do sort of one about here, I feel like I get a good view of everything around. Let's see if it would let me make one there. Okay, it's not letting me make sandwiches. Really? Oh, I think it's a perfect spot. Let's try this bit then. That's better. I don't know what it was doing and why it wouldn't let me go there. Now, are you going to be nice to me? Game. We've been talking about this for a while, and you haven't given me any of these cats. Well, you're still not giving me any, okay. It's fine, it's fine. We'll get to it. We'll have to discuss this at a later date. As to why you've decided that you don't like us. Yeah, the white cats are eluding us. But it is probably one of the best shinies for a starter. We will say that. The fire ones generally have quite good shinies. Like Scorbunny is sort of more green than red, Skeledirge is like pink. Charizard, obviously everyone knows Charizard. The Fennekin is a really nice shiny as well. We got one of them last time in our last challenge. And the worst thing about this cat is, if I did this for the fire types, I would need to catch 3. And, well, with this luck, I'm never going to get one, am I? And that's the problem I'm having. My luck is quite bad at the moment. I say that when I've been literally getting a shinier time on this game, but or where we're trying to get to with this whole challenge, I do feel we're a little bit further back than we should be. But we keep going, and that's the key factor. Like, all you need is one day where everything sort of clicks and you go bang, 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 you've got them all. So that's kind of what we're hoping for today. You know what, we're going to have another little look up here. Why not? But the key thing is, we did get a shiny for our bingo challenge, because we needed a Kalos Pokemon, and that is what Inkay presented us, so yes, that's good. But now we would like a cat that's white. So that's the good thing with these, they all come to say hello to you. But we'll do some resets up here, see if that works in any way, shape or form. And it hasn't yet. See, they're all black cats. Not what we are looking for. Any down there? Nope. Let's try again then. One more time. Just the black cats. I don't know if it'd be better to stand sort of like here and do these and just sort of spin around and see what turns up. Yeah, we'll try this for a while. I don't really like doing this, but they are quite a difficult one to do the other way round for spawns. So, no. 50 minutes. No shinies, of course. But we were about on this mark when we got the last one. No, they tend to spawn more higher up if we're there, so let's stick a bit further back, because then they can actually spawn there. Which is a lot easier to see. If it's easy to see, it's easy to catch, right? That's the key factor for us. Litten, where are you? You're just a friendly cat, and you said you would come and be our friend if we picked you next, because you're an easy shiny to see, and we only wanted the easy to see ones today. But no, you don't want to come out. It'll probably have Flare Blitz as well, so I do need to be a little bit cautious. when we're dealing with it as well. Yes, it will hurt when it hits me, but it will hurt itself, which is more worrying. If it hurts itself, I can't false swipe it. And it's too risky to too much else with. But this is again falling into the bracket of why shiny hunting can be frustrating. Just fine, it's fine. We'll get there, we'll be fine. We always are, we always will be. I think what we do next depends on whether we get one of these. I feel like if we get one, we'll go and check the hound hours and then do some eggs. But if we don't, I want to try and get something else. I'm not sure what yet. I don't want to like give up today with just one. That's the problem. And we've been on this map, so maybe we go to the forest in the North Providence too and look for some poniards and bishops. That seems like a sensible one to try our luck on. The thing that's getting me is we're not getting all of the spawns seemingly. Unless I was missing some behind me, but I don't think I was. They don't spawn down there, I don't think. So we'll do a little bit of travelling again. We might as well see what happens down here. Do they spawn down here? Doesn't look like it. It is right, it shouldn't really spawn there. I think that would be the fair way to put it. But we'll keep going. We'll find something down here, right? Just one white cat will do. But where will it be? That is the better question. Where will it be? I'm starting to think there is no such thing as a shiny litten in this game. With the amount I've done, the amount we haven't seen, but then you can see how small that is, how easy it could be to miss on the lighter sort of backdrop, which is why I like the mountains a bit more for this hunt. But then I can't see the normal that easily. I don't know. I'm still trying to figure out the absolute best place for Lytton. But it doesn't seem to be showing up anywhere for me. Which is sad. But it happens, right? You can have good days, you can have bad days. And I say this all the time. Of all of the Scarlet and Violet, what I would call main time sessions, this is one of the few times we've had a bad one in this challenge. Because we're much more targeted on what we're going for. Rather than, we'll spin a wheel, we'll go for that, and if it's difficult, it's difficult. This time we know exactly which ones we're after, so it should be a tiny bit smoother. And it doesn't help that I run straight into the ones in front of me. And again, as I say, they're very little. They're harder to see than I want them to be. So, where are you, you little buggers? Oh. We've actually nearly hit the 2-hour mark, which is quite surprising again. The last two have sort of flown by, even though both have only had one shiny in them. I don't know where the time has gone. What have we left with? 7 more minutes on this. But we may not do any eggs and just stop after this one. Kind of depends how we feel, really. As we know, the eggs are going to be things I've got to do, which I don't want to do. As there's no other way of getting Sprigatito or Alola Meowth. And, well, we've got it all set up. We probably will need to get some more. But that's another problem for another day. Where is that area I'd like to get my... it's not that one. There is like a big like rock face that I like to do the mini-ores on. I can't figure out where it is. It's probably because it's only good to go there when the outbreaks are on. Otherwise it's there. And I feel like Litton's something that does appear there. I don't think it's this side. Or is it that out? I was just trying to remember where things are. Like, I'm starting to forget everything in this game. I don't think it's that one. That might be that rock face actually. Yeah, I think it's this bit here. And I think if this has Litton on, this will be a really good one to use. And it does have Litton. Yeah, this one might be good because it's quite a big enough rock to go from one end to the other. Rather than just be circling a lot of them, but then not many are spawning. I think more will spawn as we do the circle because it will build the spawns so that the hordes are starting to turn up. And it's a little bit easier to see everything on this map, this bit of the map. This is the bit I was looking for earlier when I did the peak. It's only good because it's quite small enough to get the resets, but also flat enough to see everything. And I think if you go right to the end here, everything despawns. So you don't actually have to see it on the way up, because once you get to the top and turn around, they'll start spawning behind you. Perfect. Yeah, so this is the place. This works perfectly for us. Yes, this corner of it's a bit rubbish, but this bit is the key area. Let's be honest, we're not too worried. But when I come back down, you can see that they've all started to spawn. Like, not loads, but it's so much more contained for the area that we're looking in. Which is where our challenge has been, trying to find some form of containment area to do this. And back down we go again. Yes, it's not the most interesting area, but it works for what we're trying to achieve here. And of course we run into one. Let's see what's going on up here. Part of me would like to try the sandwich by that trainer and see what happens, but I'm not sure it's going to be perfect for what we're doing. But we'll try it if it'll let me. Not the flattest area, is it? No. Will it let me do one here? It's a bit flatter. Yes, so this will work. Let's see how this one goes. Nothing that way. Most of them, I say, are turning up here anyway. Okay, so it wasn't too helpful. The other thing would be just to keep knocking them out, I guess. Send more spawn, I believe. Let's see how this works. Seems a bit slow. As I said, this is a little bit frustrating that we couldn't find the next one. It felt like it was a sure thing. Yes, I know it's a bit entitled to think that you're going to get one. It's more that I've done so many. I just feel like it's about time we got that luck. If it was my first, like 3 or 4 sandwiches, fine, fair enough. Probably don't deserve the luck, but this is number probably 7 or 8. And it's just not an easy thing to get, like, a lot of isolation for. Hello, welcome back in. How's things? We are struggling a lot to get our Litten. But we've got 1 shiny today, which is better than 0, I guess. I think that's the best way I can put it. But we've just about finished this sandwich. Well, that's no good, is it? Are you planning on getting it renewed, or are you going to just take a break from playing online? So let's see what did turn up here. It is a very nice shiny though. I remember getting a few for for something else we were doing. I think we got a Tudor as well in our 100 sandwiches challenge. I believe. I can't remember for sure. Right, we will do some eggs. Reluctantly, some eggs. Right, we said we would. We should really do some. We're going to do the same as before. We do the 1 box. But we're going to do the Sprigatito eggs. We tried some Meowths and got nothing, so let's try these. So does that mean you can't put the Dreadnought in home? Is that the problem that you face now? But are you thinking of renewing your online membership again? Because from what I remember, the base one, if you're just using one profile, wasn't too bad for price. Compared to some of the other gaming consoles and their online subscriptions. Now, as we said, we have to do eggs because Sprigatito and Alola Meowth are not catchable in any other game that I can play on a stream. So, yeah. Technically, this is our best option. Now, I know I could probably do some soft resetting, but I would have to do 2 anyway on Meowth. So, why not just breed a couple if we get lucky? Guess that'll be the best way we can put it. But if we don't, we don't. Simple as that, really. I know that this was going to be the slower part, and I like to try and break up the eggs, so I tend to do 1 box at the beginning, 1 box at the end, and a couple of sandwiches in the middle. So we've actually done 3 sandwiches today, and we've only got 1 shiny. So it's not been a good day, to say the least. It's kind of been a bit disappointing, if I'm honest. But I keep going. That's the plan. But if we get this brand new shiny Sprigatito, it would be fantastic, to say the least. Because, well, I haven't got any starters in this game. I have technically got a Sprigatito in Go, and I got the free cuckoos on the community day a couple of weeks ago, or at the weekend at the time of this recording. So I managed to get the whole line complete, which is very nice. I'm usually pretty bad at the community days. I always say the same thing. I don't like how they're only sort of a couple of hours in the mid-afternoon, when I quite like to do my hour or so on the game early morning if I'm going to do it, and then switch it off for the rest of the day. Or I'll do like a morning walk, and that'll be when we try to do some stuff in the game. I am still trying to figure out why all the beaches have no music in this game. It does seem strange. And again, if we do get the 1 Sprigatito we need, we will save the rest of the eggs for when we do the grass. And now you can see why I don't like doing eggs. I get tired. So, can we get lucky this round of eggs? That's the question. Not yet. What about number 2? Nope, again. Oh dear, this feels like we're going to get a lot of no's from our Sprigatito. And that was number 3, I think. That was number 2, wasn't it? So yeah, we've still got 3 more. Number 3. Can you be shiny? Let's see. And no. It's only the cats. All we've done today is look for cats in eggs, haven't we? We had the litter that didn't want to turn up, but we did have some birds that did not also want to turn up. So it's been a bit of a mixed day, to say the least. But I am happy we got an Inkay at least. I do like the Inkay shiny. But this is number 10 for this round. As we quite often say, like, we're not going to get that lucky with the eggs. We know you're looking at something like 500 or 600, I think, should be the odds on Masuda. And we've done... this would be the 60 to 90 on Sprigatito. So it's not terribly slow, it's just not that entertaining to do. I think the best way to put that. Like, you can tell you're going to get some good bits and some bad bits with this, but this is why I don't really like shiny hunting egg-wise. I know some people love doing the Masuda, but this is the main reason why I don't like doing Masuda. It isn't too slow to hatch them, and that's the positive thing. Like, I think I tend to do 3 rounds on this beach, and then they start hatching within 1 complete round. It's not too bad. Like, when you go back to the very, very older games, it's so slow. But I'm thinking of trying to do a bit of a radical red playthrough again. I want to take my time on it though. One of the things I tend to do, because I know what's going on quite early on, is I rush the first battles and mess up. Not necessarily like game over, but I lose something which would be quite valuable later down the line. I've set the game up, picked my starter, which is quite a nice starter. I got Gastrodon with Magic Guard, I believe. So at least I can't like take any status injuries. But that's literally all I did was pick the starter. It's randomised and randomised abilities. I put the codes in and everything, so I get the item top up. So I treat it as I'm just going to be doing like the battles that are difficult. That's my main goal. It's what I like doing on it. Having the random teams for the battles and like the rare candies to level up to the level caps. Just for the sake of my way of wanting to play it, I've put it on. I put the easy catch on as well, so we should catch everything. I know it's like sort of lazy to put that on, but the reality is you're usually so over leveled when trying to catch stuff. You're just wasting time doing it anyway, and you will catch it. Doesn't matter what it is, legendary or not. So it'll be interesting to see what we get on our journey. I haven't even touched the first bit of grass on there for that. So yeah, we're going to try that. Probably more. Part of me thinks I should just record it, but the other part thinks no. Because it is a game I don't really like doing. Well, I should do more commentary on because it's quite difficult to get right, and you have to do a lot of thought processes. But I don't think I would like to stream it, because I would rather stream the mainline games only. And the reality is I've never got past, I believe I usually get stuck at Sabrina. I think that's the best I've done. And with the latest updates, because I tend to rush it, and it's one of those, if you're doing it as a Nuzlocke and you lose, you're kind of just doing the same again at the beginning, and it's the first few bits are now pretty easy to work yourself around, I find, which is fine, but you don't want to spend, like, that's why I rush the beginning, because I get a little bit tired of doing the same battles. I do tend to give myself more encounters than possible, because I will do the Dynamax adventures or the Dynamax adventures and the just normal encounters. But I won't use the decks now. I like to just see what there is, and what I get is what I get. I think it's more surprising, shall we say. But for now, that'll be something I'll think about, because it's something that's quite nice to record, but also nice to put your thought processes to. And of course, the other thing is, it's the whole setup. It's difficult. It's a difficult game, but the thought processes make it more interesting, because you can see what somebody is going through when they make moves, so then someone can go, that was stupid, and I'll be like, I kind of get it. It was a bit stupid, wasn't it? No. And I'll be the first to admit that I don't really mind if I do something a bit silly in my Nuzlocks. Like, I've seen a Nuzlocke crash and burn because of a bit of a reckless decision. Which is one of the sad things when my Freeway Soul Link ended. I feel like we probably could have played it a bit safer when it crashed and burned on us, which was actually just the entry level Lacey fight, which was quite bad. But you never know. What I might do is, if I do the Radical Red recording, it's more do all the basics to set up and then start the commentary at the starter. Well, we've got 10 more to hatch, and that will then be the end of today's session. As we said, it's not been great so far. We've got one shiny, which was our NK. It's a nice shiny, but it's I was hoping, and you will hear at the beginning of this if you have go back and watch, I said I would like to get 4 shinies today. We did Bombardier, nothing. We did what did we do? Then we did our NK, which we did get, and then we tried Litten. So yes, we only did 3 sandwiches. This is why I'm trying to trim it back. Like, I should easily do another sandwich without too much problem, but you know, we'll get there. It's not the end of the world, as they say. We're working our way to the top of this, trying to just be someone who can be someone involved in the shiny hunting world, and build a community where people can just come and talk nonsense for the day. They don't have to like the games, but they just can just learn what they want to see in the games. Because my other option would have been to go for the Poignards, which I feel is one that I should really get. Poignard, like we got 2 bishops last time we went there, so we still do need the King's Gambit to evolve for a King's Gambit, which is why I still have a box in this game that I need to evolve. But I haven't done it yet. A lot of that is just me being lazy. Like most of them are 1 level and they're done for the home decks, but there's a couple that are items and stuff. King Gambit is another one that's a bit more complicated to do, because you've got to go and beat some in the middle. So we may actually try that in the next actual video, put the focus sash and priority move or something on it, and level it up a bit so it should be faster than most of the others there, so then we can get our shiny King Gambit. Because if we do the Dark or Steel Sandwich, they should form in that bundle they need to for that to happen. How many more? There's still 1 more. And then it is the final 5 for today. It's, as we say, the eggs are always going to be more challenging. There's a lot of patience in Masuda hunting, and I'm not the best at that patient game. You've returned near the end as well. We have only got 1 shiny today, and we've only got 5 more eggs, and then we're done. As I said, I try to do the eggs at the beginning and at the end, just because I hate doing Masuda hunting. But we did have a raid from Lord, who's a friend of Dell's, who's come in once before with a raid, and the raid was right on the shiny as well, which was quite funny. Are you going on soon? If you are, we can raid into you. If you're not, I think I may go and raid into Pat's, because it's funny when Pat's gets raided. I know it's not going to be as big as the other ones he's had, but as I say, this is the last 5 eggs, and then we are done for today. We'll be back in Sword tomorrow, which will be nice. We can try our luck again. As I say, I don't know why this bit is deathly hollow, quiet and horrible. But I feel like I'm going to do a little bit of a not streamed recording for a ROM hack that's very difficult, which will probably go on the YouTube channel. I just have to decide how I want to do it, because I want to break it into the series like we do the Let's Play, and how I want to record it. Do I just want to record the gameplay? Don't really need the face cam for that one, but it is one that's it's a fun game, but it's bloody hard. I've never completed it, never even got halfway through it before. That's the thing. So yeah, that's something I want to try again. That is one of the few games I did try to stream years ago. I believe it may have been 2 or 3 years ago. I tried doing a stream on that because I was playing it a lot, so I thought I'd stream it. And I actually had some people come in to try and give me advice on it, or faith in me to try and get further into it. But I just have to remember to take my time in it, not like rush it, because the battles seem easy, but the battles are set up to be really, really difficult. Did you answer the question about whether you were going live anytime soon? The last egg then is going to be...
I can do this all day.
Yeah, I know.
Of course we do. And you're not a shiny cat. Stupid weed cat. We don't like these Sprigattinos anymore, just because they don't want to be shiny. I'll show you the shiny we did get, and then we will look to wrap up and go and say hello to Pats probably. It would still be nice to get a delete all, but I get why it's not in the game, because people will press the wrong button and delete something important to them. Right, we need to go in there so you can see the shiny we got. What's the point in getting a shiny if I don't show it off? This was the one we got today. We got Inkay. It's a nice little shiny, to be honest. It had a mark and everything, but it's one of the more difficult things to evolve. But that's the end of today. I'll be back with Sword and Shield tomorrow.